as we get older, every exercise shouldn't just be focused on building muscle or those vanity things, right? We need to go a little bit deeper. So we need to start focusing on longevity. So how are we training now to directly improve our quality of life as we age? And that's what we're going to work on here, okay? We're going to work on improving our longevity. So when we're 70, 80 years old, we're still active. We're still doing active things, maybe playing a sport. Definitely being able to get up out of a chair, getting off the ground, being more mobile, being stronger, being healthier. Bones are strong, muscles are strong, well into our later years in life, okay? We can do that, but we have to start now. And that's what I'm going to show you today. If this is your first time here, I'm Coach Tonio. I'm a longevity performance coach, and I help busy people over 40 get lean, strong, more powerful, more mobile, and ultimately unstoppable right here from home with minimal equipment in less time. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Okay, so for our workout today, we're only going to be doing 2 exercises with a pair of dumbbells, and it's going to be done all in 12 minutes. And you're going to get a full body workout with full body conditioning that's going to build strength, stamina, power, all in one workout. So let's go over it. So the first exercise we're going to do, this is probably one of my favorite all-time exercises just because it combines a lot of different movements in one compound exercise, and you're getting the full gamut of work in one exercise, okay? It's more of an athletic movement, but as I was saying before, we want to work on longevity. We want to be mobile. So here at CTO Fit, we work on not just strength, but athletic movement combined with strength and conditioning, okay? Because we don't just want to be doing bicep curls all the time or tricep extensions. Yes, those are good for isolation, but we want to be doing athletic movements because as we get older, we need to be able to move, and we need to be able to keep that power, that muscle strength, all right, that explosiveness. We can keep that as we age. We have to train for that. So that's what this exercise is going to do. So that first exercise we're going to do is called the devil's press, all right? It's a compound movement. As I was saying before, an athletic movement. It's dynamic. It's got different pieces and parts to it. So I'll walk you through that very slowly so you can get a nice overview before you jump right into it. We're going to be doing the devil's press with 2 push-ups and a total of 5 reps. And then the second exercise we're going to do is a dumbbell reverse lunge. This is another one of my favorite exercises that I do. It's really great for lower body strength, lower body stability, hip strength, and also this is very easy on the knees. The movement itself, because the reverse lunge is very easy on the joints, very easy on the knees, so it's perfect for us over 40, okay? So as you can see, it's only 2 movements, right? But you're gonna work. All right, we're gonna do a total of 12 minutes, but I'll walk you through this workout. I'll walk you through each of the movements before we actually get into this, okay? If we've done our dynamic warm-up, we're nice and warm, our muscles are warm, our tendons are warm, our joints are nice and loose, we're ready to go. We're gonna grab our timer and we're gonna put 12 minutes and then we're ready to go, okay? So to grab our timer here and we are gonna go ahead and set it for 12 minutes. That's gonna be on the minute, okay? So I'm gonna put that timer right here so I can see it. As usual, have my workout on the whiteboard so I can see it, and I also have my timer somewhere I can see it as well as I'm going through this workout, okay? So if you're ready, hope you're ready, all right? We're gonna work, all right? Let's go. So with this workout, with the devil's press and with the reverse lunge, what we're going to do first is that we're going to be doing these exercises since they're a little bit more of a dynamic movement, compound movement. Even the reverse lunge can be a little bit of a more dynamic stability type exercise. We're going to be doing them unloaded first. So I'm going to go through a round and go through them unloaded to show you the movements. And you can even go through a couple rounds of the unloaded just to make sure you get the movements down right. Because if you can't do an exercise unloaded, then you shouldn't be using weight yet. And I should say with the devil's press, you're going to want to start out with a lighter pair of dumbbells, a lighter weight, just because this is a ground to overhead type exercise. So once you start doing those dynamic type movements and putting weight over your head, you don't want to be using weight that's too heavy. And this is more of a conditioning type exercise. Yes, it has some strength elements, but you don't really want to be going too heavy with the devil's press. The devil's press is meant for lighter to intermediate type weight, just because it's more of a dynamic movement, okay? It's not really powerlifting where you're trying to put a bunch of weight, okay? So the movement is, okay, for the devil's press. So you're going to be having a wider stance, and I'll show you the movement with weights, then I will show you it with just body weight, and then I'll show you it in pieces, okay? So we have our dumbbells here. I'm like wider stance, little bit wider than shoulder width, okay? Not super wide and not super narrow, and you'll see why, because we're gonna be throwing the weight in between our legs like this. So what that looks like is the first movement is you're gonna be hinging and hiking similar to your kettlebell swing, but with 2 dumbbells. So you're gonna be hiking the 2 dumbbells back like this with your hinge, and you're gonna be exploding up, bringing the dumbbells here, and then immediately pressing overhead, bringing them back down in that nice eccentric control fashion like we always do. And then you're gonna be with a pendulum, swinging them back, using that momentum back in between your legs, and you're gonna be exploding up and then putting it back over your head again, okay? So that is part of the devil's press, but we are gonna be using that full devil's press with those 2 push-ups. So how that works is that when you do your devil's press, explode up, explode over your head, bring it back down, and then we are going to be going from here to the ground, okay? Some people, they will just set it down and do their push-ups. I like to do it a different way. I like to actually use that momentum and swing it back, come back out, step back nice and controlled, 2 push-ups, jump forward, and then hike it back, and then back up again with your devil's press, and then we will repeat, okay? And I'll show you what that looks like with both those different types of movements, okay? So first I'm gonna show you it with one fluid movement, okay? So we get in our wide stance, have our dumbbells. So I'm gonna swing these dumbbells back, go up in the devil's press, come back down nice and controlled, and then down into that push-up. Then you gotta jump back up, and then you're in that position again to hike it back. Step back, 2 push-ups. Okay, so that is the full devil's press with the push-ups. Now, if this is a new movement for you, and you're really not comfortable with going straight up overhead with that movement, you can definitely break it up and do more of a strict press. So that what that would look like is you're still going to start in the same place. You're going to hike it back, and you're going to come up to here, and then you can do a little push press, or you can do a strict press. But if you want to do a little dip, push press up, bring it back down, come down your push-up, jump up, bring it back up, strict press or push press, and then come back down, okay? When you first start out, that might be a little bit more comfortable for you. So try it both ways, but we want to make sure that we're nice and controlled. Anytime you have the weight overhead, bringing it back down, doing these swing movements, you can really go out of whack and hurt shoulders, hurt backs, things like that. So make sure you're nice and controlled. I'm going to go through this workout and this exercise very, very controlled. So you're going to see what that looks like. Okay, then we're doing the reverse lunge. So that's going to be picking up your dumbbells. I like to kind of point the front dumbbell down at the ground, and then feet like about shoulder width apart. Step back, come back down. You can tap your knee to the ground a little bit, or just come close to the ground, or go as deep as you can. Okay. So for those reverse lunges, we're going to be doing 6 of those, alternating. So 3 and 3 each leg. Okay. So to go back over the workout. So we're doing devil's press with 2 push-ups for 5 reps. Then we're doing the reverse lunge for 6 reps, alternating each leg. So 3 reps on each leg, okay? Alternating for 12 total minutes. You're gonna get this full body workout. I'm already out of breath just from doing this warm-up, just from doing this warm-up demo. So this is gonna work. You're gonna get your strength and conditioning and power and lower body strength, okay? All in one workout. This is gonna be great. All right, so if you're ready, let's get going. Let's get on this workout. Okay, so I'm gonna start this timer. 10-second countdown. I'm gonna get these dumbbells nice and set up. So when that bell is ready to go, we're ready to go, okay? Okay, 5 devil's press with 2 push-ups. Okay, 5. So another thing about doing the push-ups with dumbbells is that when you're doing the push-ups, you get a nice little deficit push-up and a nice stretch because you're going deep into those dumbbells, where in a normal place to forward stop you get to go a little bit deeper. So that's gonna work your chest and stretch that chest even more. Okay, so reverse lunge, 6. Okay, good. So with those reverse lunges, really try and take it slow and really get that nice eccentric movement on there that'll get you used to using your legs as brakes, and it'll help you with going downstairs, things where you have to decelerate. That's what that's really going to help you with. Okay, 17 seconds left. We're going to jump right into that devil's press again. So I'm going to get nice and ready for that. All right, let's go. Okay. Nice. Nice work. So as you can see, you're gonna be nice and out of breath already in just 2 rounds. All right, so let's get ready for our reverse lunges. Nice. Okay, and on those reverse lunges, you definitely don't want to be going too far back, but I'm kind of tall, so it's wherever you're comfortable with. But again, this shin should be nice and parallel, as well as, the back of your leg. If you have to reach back a little bit, that's fine, but don't go too far back where you're off balance. Just find a nice place where you're nice and strong and stable. Okay, let's get ready for this devil's press. All right, for this one, I'll try and show you with more of it broken up with that, maybe more of that strict press. So hike back. All right, nice work, nice work, nice work. All right, into that reverse lunge. Okay, 6. Nice. Also on that reverse lunge, holding it down to your side. You want to kind of keep your body nice and strong and straight. Like again, a pole was going through the middle of your body when you're turning on that plane. You don't want to be bending forward too much. You want to be nice and a little bit tall, a little bit straight, holding those dumbbells as you go down. Okay, devil's press. All bang. All right. Me. Let's go. All right. Nice work. All right, let's go. Reverse lunge. All right, nice work. Whew, man. So as you can see, there's more movement involved with the devil's press. So it's going to take you longer and you're going to have shorter rests. But the reverse lunge, you can do it at a nice steady pace. So you're probably going to have more rest after the reverse lunge. That'll kind of balance that out. As you can see, I am out of breath. Okay. Devil's press, almost done. More of a strict lunge here, but more of a strict press here, I should say. That. All right. So you can do it. You can do a devil's press any way you want. If you do more of that strict press, you are going to get a little bit more isolation work in your shoulders. So depending on what you're looking for, you can do those either way you want. All right, nice. All right, couple rounds left and that's it, we're done. Whew, man. Putting that work in, let's go. Nice work. Get set up for that devil's press. Let's go. All right, nice. All right, reverse lunge. All right, nice. That is it. Man. That is a good one. I am out of breath. Whew. As you can tell, my heart is pumping. My upper body is screaming right here. My legs feel good. This was a real deal total body workout in 12 minutes with just 2 exercises and 1 piece of equipment, a pair of dumbbells. That's it. All right. Now, you know, if you see my other videos, you know that my mission here is to let you know that it is possible to do these kind of workouts over the age of 40. You're not too old. It's not too late. You can do it with a couple pieces of equipment in very little time, as long as you're putting these exercises together in a strategic way and working out with purpose and intensity and intent, okay? When you come in here, we put our workout up, we get our equipment set, and we put in the work. We go all in for that amount of time, and then we're done. That's it. Done for the day. I'm gonna feel great after this workout, okay? So hope you like this workout. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, when you're doing these dynamic movements, the devil's press, it's really easy when you get tired to lose your form and get a little sloppy. I even caught myself maybe going a little bit too fast and being out of position a couple of times where I had to like readjust myself, reset myself, and tell myself, okay, slow it down a little bit. It's okay, slow it down, focus on your form, focus on your control. So you have to tell yourself that throughout the workouts, just to keep yourself honest and not get too sloppy and too out of whack, okay? Stay focused, stay in the moment on what you're doing, and you walk out of these workouts feeling great without any injuries. Your joints are gonna feel good. You're making your body stronger. We're working on these athletic movements, again, for longevity. So we're able to move and move well and move with purpose, with strength, with speed, with ability. We're 40, 50, 60, 70, even 80 years old, okay? That's what we're trying to do here. That's my mission. That's my purpose. And I am definitely proud of you for showing up doing this workout. This is a hard one, okay? This is a hard one, but you showed up. You did the work. I'm proud of you. Let's go. I'll see you next one, okay? I'm Coach Tony. Peace.